Well, well, well. Another week, another group of idiots that don't know how to drive. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know how to drive, please do not try to show off. Do not try to impress people that don't even know your name. Because if you do, you will end up in a video like this getting made fun of for educational purposes. Guys, please do not recreate or reenact any of the stunts you see in this video. Nobody in this video is injured or seriously harmed at all, but their cars definitely were. I am showing these clips for educational purposes to try to better people's driving records. So do not, and I repeat, do not try these. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive right in. We're going to start out with something light. This is what happens when your boy pulls up in his new Charger. Bro was dead ass doing a slow-mo burnout. I don't even know how that's possible. I didn't even know you can spin your wheels so slow and not gain traction. This is why, guys, I don't recommend buying the V6 muscle car, because not only is it just the lamest version and the slowest version, but it can't even do the bare minimum of trying to look cool. You can't even create smoke. I've literally seen vapes from Subaru owners produce more smoke than this V6 Charger. And I like how this guy with the black hat is just standing there like, are we for real right here, bro? Are we for real right here? Like, is this really going on? And like, they're trying to hype him up and shit. They're trying to be some good friends. They're like, yo, man, this shit's kind of sick. I don't know if they're posing for like a photo or something, but there ain't nothing coming out. And then I think the worst of it all is watch the car that drives by. Okay, I gotta time this perfectly right here. And there it is. You see this? No Hellcat badge, V6 Charger. I was like, it's just his boy right there. They run a V6 club, they're probably called like head snatchers or something like that. Neck snatchers, neck givers. They give neck. But then boom, you see the Hellcat on the that ain't no Hellcat. What is this, a mascot? Are you the mascot for Hellcat owners? Are you in the Hellcat fan club? What the hell is this shit? What the hell? This shit makes no sense. Oh man, if the clip is like, that's just like the perfect cherry on top right there. Just a super depressing slow-mo burnout from an open diff V6 Charger. And then the fake Hellcat. This GIF sums it up pretty well. Anyways, obviously, no one got hurt. Let's move on. Well, maybe a couple egos did. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty bad. Next clip. Pontiac catches fire. What happens? Why does it catch fire? Let's see what happens.
His car's on fire.
Whoa!
Oh my god!
What the fuck? Hey, look up. Did anyone call 911? Yeah.
Dang, bro.
Yo, good on him for pulling over and not losing the whole car, but holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a good reminder to do some basic maintenance every once in a while. Double check that your fuel lines are firm and connected. You have no bulges in the hose at all. They are nice and safe and healthy, no corrosion, because if you do, you're gonna find out in the most unpleasant way possible. And let me just say, coming from somebody who's had a car catch fire, it wasn't a fuel issue though, it is not fun. It is not fun to see your car on fire. Luckily, this guy was there. He had the fire extinguisher in hand. He was ready for it. But if you are caught off guard and your car is just on fire, it's just a horrible thing. Now, can we blame him potentially trying to show off on it being the culprit? I think so. If he had not revved up his car, it increased the fuel pressure to what it was, that fuel line might not have popped off then and there, and he might have been able to get home safely and have his car checked another day and maybe spotted it. But instead, he tried to show off, and it was a very, very orgasmic little rolling peel out, burnout, whatever you want to call it. It sounded great. Those GTOs just, oh, they sound so good. Was it worth it? Let this be a lesson to you guys. Such a clean car. Luckily, like I said, it looks like he saved it somewhat for the most part. But still, just very sad to see because he decided to show off. It had to have been literally like a fuel fire, though. I can't imagine it being anything else. Nothing else catches fire quite like that. It was pretty sick, though. Maybe Ghost Rider just took the wheel right there and just, you know, left in his orderly fashioned way. He had the right manufacturer, Pontiac. He just had the wrong car. This ain't no Firebird. If it was a Pontiac Firebird, that would have just been some aura farming by it. This video is sponsored by Simply Carbon Fiber and their brand new lineup of carbon fiber carry-on and check-in baggage. Check this out, guys. This is a beautiful forged carbon fiber carry-on bag. It weighs absolutely nothing. You have locks if you need to, if you're locking up something important, but just a super beautiful forged carbon fiber carry-on bag. Right now, if you take advantage of their 4th of July sale, you can get all of this stuff for 25% off. Their carbon fiber phone cases, whether you want forged carbon fiber, weave with some color, or just some plain carbon fiber that matches your car, you can do that and take advantage of their 25% off 4th of July sale. Now, it doesn't last forever, so guys, go buy now. If you plan on doing any traveling this summer, highly recommend their forged carbon fiber or carbon fiber weave cases, check-in bags, or carry-on luggage. This stuff is solid. It'll protect anything inside, and like I said, you get the nice locking feature. I know I can't wait to travel this summer, and this is gonna definitely be coming with me. Go shop some Simply Carbon Fiber, and thank you, Simply Carbon Fiber, for sponsoring this video. Anyways, let's move on to some stupider people. All right, this one says Twin Drift Comp will be lit. Let's take a look. What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Why are we initiating a drift on a straight line? What are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we? There's no turn there. What are we doing? I know he's setting up for the next corner, but like, what are we like? Come on, like really? You chose the smallest road to practice your entry drifts at. You failed on step 1 there, and again, you found the worst road. What kind of curb is that? That curb just fucking munched your wheel and your whole rear suspension assembly. This is why I will never buy a Nissan. It's not because they can't eat up curbs like Mustangs, okay? It's because every single Nissan owner thinks they're DK, whether it's a Silvia, whether it's a 350, a 370. I guarantee there is some bent suspension parts on the bottom of any Nissan car. I guarantee it. It could be a Nissan Juke. I ain't touching it. At least he's practicing on what looks like a closed course, so again, nobody got hurt, but still, what the hell are we doing? We're just choosing to destroy our perfectly good cars. That's like me going out and trying to drift the ZR1 with like no experience. Like, what are we doing? Let's not do this, guys. We're better than that. This is what happens when kids get S chassis for Christmas. I've been saying that. Invisible curb or what? I mean, low key, like, yeah, I don't really see what he hit, but that grass is made of iron. That grass has been eating its Wheatie. Now, if you look at the other side, there's grass and there's an obvious curb. It's just overgrown. That's the issue. So there's a curb right here, but it just drapes down over it like curtains, like some curtains over the salami sandwich, if you know what I'm saying. Guys, if you're going to practice drifting, please do it on a track where you have room for error. Do not do it like this. At least not a track like this. This could be a track, but this is a bad track. All right. One more time for the road. Well, you're not going to be on the road anymore. You have won a Darwin Award. All right, we got a big body Lexus, it looks like. I think we all can recognize that from this photo. Let's see what he can do. All right, guy, just because you got a V8 does not mean you're donut certified. I don't know if people understand what an open diff is, but it's pretty hard to swing a car with an open diff. Like, it just doesn't do a whole lot. Like, the wheels just kind of sit there. I mean, you have the perfect scenario: empty parking lot, wet floor, and a V8 rear-wheel drive car, and you are struggling to make it do a donut. That is That is just depressing right there. That is absolutely depressing. What's funny too is it looks like an AutoZone employee because he's wearing the red shirt. And it's like, you know, he said, hey bro, before we leave, can we go ahead outside and film me doing a donut? I've been working on them, bro. I could eat that shit up, bro. And then this is what he produces right here. This failed attempt. I also just noticed he's wearing a pink like muscle shirt. He probably does not work at AutoZone. So AutoZone, it's okay. You don't need to fire someone. Not for doing donuts on your property, because this ain't doing donuts. This is an idiot just trying to do donuts. If you were to fire him, it'd be for putting a shame to the AutoZone name. Regardless, yeah, this comment sums it up pretty good. Bro just drove in a circle fast. Yeah, this wasn't hard, bro. You posted this shit up, and this shit ain't hard. Why are we even swinging the big body Lexus, bro? This car ain't meant for that. I've seen trucks do better donuts than this shit. Keep going to Park and Chills and making noise. That's all you're good for. You ain't good for being cool. You ain't cool. Fuck out of here. All right, last one. Wow, this is a cool orientation. You guys get a full screen right here. This one says, oh yeah. And then it says Honda Drift. I don't think those two words go in the same sentence, but we're about to find out. Well, that answers that. Hondas, in fact, cannot drift. All right, let me explain why you cannot drift your Honda. Let's say you're a new car guy and you see all these import boys sliding your car and you don't understand how they do it. There's different drivetrains. Hondas have the inferior one. It's called front wheel drive. It's lame, okay? Like, it's just really like not good for a whole lot. I mean, you can maybe have some fun on some back roads, but even then, all wheel drive beats you there. So not only can you not really have fun drifting, but you can't really even have too much fun in the back roads. You could, but you know what I'm saying. Regardless, you need a rear-wheel drive vehicle to drift your car. That way you can break loose, control your slide angle and your throttle with the rear wheels, and your front wheels keep you going wherever you want to go. A Honda does not have that luxury. When you buy a Honda, you're meant to go to the grocery store and back. You're meant to go to school and back. You're meant to go to your boyfriend's house and back. And that's not a homosexual joke. That's because only women buy Hondas. Anyways, what I'm trying to say here is you cannot drift a front-wheel drive car. Do not try. You will fail like this idiot here. This guy, the guy filming is like, oh my God, what did I just capture? Like, what did I just film? What happened? Well, what you just saw is your buddy just destroy his decent condition Honda Accord. He's gonna be needing rides from you to and from school for the next year or so until he saves up a couple more pennies for another car. Guys, don't try to drift if you don't know what you're doing, and definitely go practice on a track. Once again, this is obviously some sort of closed course, but I don't know how they let him enter with a front-wheel drive car. He must have just convinced him that he knew what he was doing. Don't be an idiot. Don't try to drift if you don't know what you're doing, and stay safe. Anyways, guys, like I said, do not recreate or reenact anything you see in this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Guys, go shop Simply Carbon Fiber. Take advantage of the 4th of July sale. 25% off? That's a great sale. Anyways, subscribe, and until next video, peace.